Welcome back, Original Gangsters. OG with you out here at the Valley County Gun Range outside of beautiful Cascade, Idaho. One of the things I wanted to test, since I got a range completely to myself today, I wanted to test a little theory as a new owner of suppressors. I only came into my first suppressor about a year ago. I now have 3. They're all CMMG zeroed suppressors. I love these things, but I've always kind of wondered about the myth, or is it a myth, of shifting accuracy when you add or subtract a suppressor from a firearm. If I get my rifle zeroed in for a certain distance, but then I put a can on it, is it going to throw that zero completely off, or am I still good to go? Well, I'm going to test that today with a pistol, a PDW, a little sub gun, and with a rifle to see what kind of accuracy shift we get, if any. I brought with me today a Glock 19X with the CMMG 36K suppressor. This is a suppressor kind of designed for 9mm pistols. I also brought with me my new Strebog SP45A3, sort of a little subgun or PDW that also has a CMMG suppressor. This has their 46 suppressor already attached to it. And I brought with me out here today a Daniel Defense DD-M4V7. This is probably one of my nicer AR-15s with the best barrel and trigger combo so that I can get maximum accuracy, at least at these short distances that we're going to be running this test. And since I normally run a little primary arms micro prism on my Daniel Defense rifle, I took that off today because I want to be able to dial in maximum accuracy. And lo and behold, I just came across this Gunner Thor. It's a 1 to 10 power LPVO. I've been very curious about its accuracy and how it's going to work out here on a rifle. So I went ahead and mounted it on this Daniel Defense rifle, and we're going to see if we can squeeze some max accuracy out of this. We're not going to do very far. We're probably only going to work at about 50 yards out here because I want to dial in some super tight groups, and then I want to take the suppressor off and see if those groups shift. Let's get to it. Hey, if you guys like content like this, go ahead and hit the thumbs up and give it a like. If you don't like it, keep your mouth shut. Who asked you? If you're not already a subscriber to OG's Danger Show, be sure and hit the subscribe button and hit the little notification bell so that you'll get notified every time I upload more crap like this to YouTube. We're going to go hang up this TA Target's cardboard target. It's got great A-zones for defensive use practice, but I want to put a little 1-inch square here with a Sharpie so that I can tell kind of where my rounds are going with this Glock 19 before and after suppressor. So I put my TA Target stand out here at exactly 15 yards, lasered out with my little SIG laser rangefinder. 15 yards is where I like to sight in my red dots on my pistols, but I figure it's a good distance for this pistol. There's no point in checking its accuracy at 50 yards. We won't even be able to see down there. I think the first thing we're going to do is run it, since it has the can on it right now, we're going to run it with suppressor, 15 yards using these Winchester super suppressed 9mm subsonic 147 grain rounds out of this Glock 19X. I'm not expecting, especially out of a pistol, that there's really going to be much difference in point of aim, point of impact when you remove a suppressor. I think another thing I'm going to do is run my little Garmin, what is this, the X0 chronograph, so that we can get an idea of velocity differences with and without the suppressor too. We've entered into the Garmin 147 grain rounds. All right, this is going to be suppressed. I'm not even going to put on ears. We're going to try and bag this so that we get, I don't know, the most accuracy possible out of a handgun from a bench rest. This is with a 2-minute of angle dot on this Trijicon RMR. This is the Type 2 RMR. I'm going to put 5 rounds into that little 1-inch square above the A. By the way, we're getting 957 feet per second, an average of 953 feet per second on the little Garmin chronograph. So we are subsonic, and it looks like my rounds are impacting to the right. So is that because of the can, or is that because of my Trijicon red dot's been knocked off? I sure have become a huge fan of these CMMG suppressors. I am a simple man, folks, and these suppressors are very simple. They are not your special operator, golf ball dimpled, special forces suppressor. This is for us doughy middle-aged dads that want to be able to afford a suppressor, Now that the tax stamp has gone away, these things are even more affordable. CMMG sells these things, the K cans, for about 550 bucks. And then they have their unfinished cans that don't have the nitride finish that they're selling for about 450 bucks. So, man, you just can't go wrong. And if you choose correctly, like this 36K can that I have, you can actually run it on 9mm pistols. You can run it on anything, any kind of rifle. Put it on your 5.56 rifle. One can will work on a whole lot of different guns. I made a video about that, how many different guns we could get out of this one suppressor. CMMG suppressors come with direct thread mounts, and anytime you get one of these things, in the package is going to be included 2 little adapters. Out of this 36 can, you're going to get a 1/2 by 28 direct hub mount, and you're also going to get a 5/8 by 24 direct hub mount included in the can, so you've got different options for different muzzle sizes there. Put it on a rifle, put it on a pistol. As I mentioned, they've got a nitride finish on them, nothing special, and I don't really care. It protects it against corrosion and weather. That's all I care about. The baffles are laser welded in there, and these things are actually rated for full auto fire. They've actually tested these with full auto fire. This will handle even those of you who want to use this thing with one of those FRT triggers. The thing I really like about these is that these mounts that come with them have a 7/8 inch wrench flats on the back, so they can be easily removed even if you get carbon lock, and these things really want to lock themselves on there. And the cool thing is about these CMMG suppressors that you don't see on a lot of other cans, out in the front of every one of them, they are cut for a square drive, so if this thing ever locks onto the muzzle of your firearm, rifle, pistol, or whatever, because of carbon lock, and you just can't get it off, and you can turn this thing and bust it right off of your gun. That's pretty cool. Okay, back to our test. Let's put the magazine in. We are going to fire 5 rounds without moving. We are at the exact same 15 yards. We've got the exact same camera going down range. Hey, OG, you're going to need ears for this one. Okay, now that I am eared up, I'm going to put 5 rounds unsuppressed through the same Glock 19X at the same square and see what we get. Actually, that one came out 12 o'clock. A lot more accurately than previous. 6 o'clock. We are seeing some impact difference. Let's go down range and take a look. I'm going to confirm that by attaching this can again off camera. We're going to fire 5 more rounds at the A and the head, because we are getting an impact shift with this suppressor off to the right. And remember, this is just with a suppressed pistol, 9mm pistol from 15 yards. What's going to happen when we get to a sub gun or a PDW or even the rifle? Are we going to see a big shift? Let's go for the A and the head. 5 more rounds just to confirm that this thing is throwing them to the right. Low, that might have been me. So I'm actually a little bit surprised at our results. I didn't expect there to be much difference with the pistol, but I'm going to show you what happened here. So we fired the first rounds with the suppressor. They were over here on the right. Then I took the can off and I fired 5 more rounds that landed much closer to center, but maybe even a little bit left. Still pretty dang centered. I then put the can back on to confirm. I got this goofy group. This one I pulled myself, but 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds again off to the right. So I think we've confirmed with a 9mm pistol that adding the suppressor does shift our impact. That is something that is good to know. That's the whole reason I'm out here today, because I was curious. I didn't think I was going to see it out of a 9mm pistol, though. Okay, I'm going to put up a fresh cardboard for you. We're going to shoot the Strebog SP45 A3. It's got a simple red dot on top, so again, I'm not going to put my distances out there too far. But let's see if we don't get a 45 caliber shift point of impact. Okay, the Strebog, 5 rounds at the little 1-inch square. Let's give it a try downrange. I'm actually going to reduce my dot just a little bit to be the most precise possible with this optic and this weapon. Round number 1, 849 feet per second, and definitely a hit off to the right. Boy, these 45 caliber slugs are certainly easier to see downrange. Round number 2, almost the exact same impact, 871 feet per second. Definitely off to the right. Now that could be just this spark, but we're going to leave it in place while we take the suppressor off. Round number 3, almost the same hole. All rounds are touching 915 feet per second. Same exact group, nice tight group, 887. Wow, nice little group, I don't know, a little bit bigger than a quarter. 848 feet per second for an average of 874.3 feet per second. Let's go ahead. I'm going to make this weapon safe. Now I'm going to save you a lot of furious typing on your keyboard or here on your phone. I realize that there's a lot of suppressors out there that advertise that there will not be any point of impact shift. They're probably really good suppressors. They're probably very high dollar suppressors. I know that they exist. You don't have to list them down below for me. You don't have to say that you have one and it's so much better than what I've got. I've become a big believer in these CMMG suppressors. For the price, I can outfit just about every one of my guns, or at least my different weapon systems, for the price with a very durable, very well-built suppressor. So I'm not going to change that, and I just need to know where my point of impact is going to be when I do add a can onto it. Or, in the case of this Strebog SP45A3, if a can is going to permanently live on there, I want to zero the gun with the can on it so that when it's stored in the OG compound, it's ready to go, already dialed in with the can. So anyway, just thought I would save you a little bit of furious, angry typing. Now, because I intend to put that suppressor right back on here as soon as I'm done for the trip home and for at home, I'm going to leave the little CMMG adapter mounted to the front. That doesn't change anything, just makes it look a little silly. If these all impact in the exact same spot, we'll know that it was just the vortex spark that was off. But let's see if there's any difference in how this thing impacts. Again, we're at 15 yards, just 15 yards with this little guy, because we want to try for max accuracy. And we'll also see if there's any velocity shift. Oh, hey, OG. You're shooting an unsuppressed weapon. How about throwing some ears? Yar. Low and right, 840.9 feet per second. About the same, I believe. Low and right again, almost the same hole, 827. Slower, I'm getting less velocity off of this. Low and right, 874. $830. $822 for an average of 856. Not a lot of velocity difference, not a lot of velocity loss, but there is something to at least be aware of. We put the first 5 rounds. I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice tight little group up here. This might have been a straggler. I can't remember. We'll have to go back and check the GoPro camera. This might have also come from this group. Can't remember. However, once we took the suppressor off, our rounds came a little more in line windage-wise, but you can see here that we are definitely shifted down and a little bit to the left. So that tells me that, well, unsuppressed. I don't have any plans on firing this unsuppressed. This thing is going to live with that CMMG 46 suppressor. So I'm going to throw the suppressor back on, and I'm going to move that vortex spark to where it's hitting a point of aim, point of impact, so that I know when I got it there in my house for use around the compound that the thing is dialed in. So after we made adjustments, let's put 5 rounds on the letter A there in the head box after our other group and see where it's printing now. 15 yards. So after we reattached our CMMG 46 can, I put a couple of rounds in here on the C to make sure it was dialed in. I aimed for the A here and got a nice little tight cluster right here, a little bit low and right. So I gave another crank on the vortex spark, and we're right in the A zone now. I know that it is good for distances around the OG compound. Okay, we're going to put a 20 round magazine in with some of this Winchester 223 match ammo. see what we can do. We're going to try 5 rounds in that A box on the head. We'll go down and take a look. We'll mark them out, and then we'll try 5 more rounds with the suppressor taken off. Sure do like this reticle. Boy, this is a crystal clear reticle and really, really good glass on this Gunner Thor. All right, 5 rounds on the A. All right, let's put it on safe and go down and take a look. So we have the CMMG 556K can. That's the one I picked up most recently. We're going to take that can off and see where that exact same rifle, without any adjustments to the scope, where we're printing in there. This is with can. Let's try it without. Let's take off our CMMG can. Woo, it's a hot little boy. Boy, that's hot. We're going to fire 5 more rounds, exact same scope setting and exact same ammunition. See what we get on that A box there on the cardboard head target. Okay, rifle on safe. Let's head downrange, take a look. So once again, I'm a little surprised, but I kind of expected it out of a rifle that has a little more precision than a pistol. These were our suppressed rounds, and these were our 5 unsuppressed rounds. There was a notable accuracy shift, or at least a point of impact shift, when I took that can off. This is what I need to know. That rifle is going to live without a suppressor, so I'm going to put the birdcage flash hider back on it. And in fact, I'm going to put the primary arms 1 power prism sight back on there and make sure that I've got that thing dialed in for social work. But we've got about a 3-inch difference in the center of our groups between suppressed and unsuppressed. That's good to know in case you're ever going to put a can on your gun. Make sure you know where it's printing in both configurations. So there it is. I was kind of surprised at the outcome of this test. I really didn't expect there to be much impact shift with a pistol or that subgun at medium ranges. Kind of expected a little bit of a shift at longer ranges with a precision rifle, but a little shocked all the way through. So just know that when you add a suppressor, it's going to probably affect your accuracy a little bit, not a whole lot at most reasonable distances. We could still hit a fool in our living room, but if we're going to add a can to our guns, we need to know where it hits. So thank you guys for stopping by out here at the range and helping OG figure out some shit that probably everybody else already knows. I'm still learning a lot of this stuff, especially when it comes to new equipment that I've never been able to own before, such as suppressors. So if you guys are interested in getting a really inexpensive suppressor that's really good, I can highly recommend the CMMG zeroed suppressors. They are just absolutely built like a tank and no frills, and therefore the price is no thrills. I think they're the cheapest thing on the market out there, so you'll be able to afford getting yourself into the suppressor market without breaking the bank. Hey, I don't know if you guys know this, but it is crazy times out there. There's new crazy shit happening in the news almost every single day. You guys are probably better armed and probably better trained than just about anybody else in your little zone. So make sure you have your firearm on you no matter what it is. Stay safe out there. Stay armed whenever and wherever you can. And until next video, OG out.